So I thought I'd try something different with the video setup arrangement thing. I have space here to put images, which I find, and why was that the way I started? Yeah, I'm standing because basically I'm trying to get more healthy. So standing in videos is a way for me to not be such a slob. So. Plus, I think it just looks better when I'm standing. I have more range of movement. I can be more expressive. And today, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through. It's a video I've been teasing for a while. I'm gonna basically rank or list the worst to best character in Marvel's Avengers that is currently playable. There's 8 of them. I'm going to go from number 8 to number 1. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna get straight into it with number 8, which is Black Widow. It's a shame, but when you look at the roster of the game and you say Black Widow, you're pretty much gonna be like, yeah, she's not gonna be the fun one to play, but she's fun. It's just everything she does, someone else does better. So, shock damage. Yeah, she's got okay-ish shock damage, but Thor has better shock damage. She has, like, good-ish ranged abilities. Not Thor. Iron Man does that better. She's just okay, and everyone else does the same things as her, but better. And she doesn't really excel in any place. She doesn't really have a optimal play style, but that's like a bad thing, because there's no like trick to playing Black Widow yet. And I think she's going to be the character that's going to benefit most from the level cap increase, because she needs like upgrades to her assault heroic and to her ultimate heroic is fine. I think her ultimate heroic just needs a damage bump, but her assault heroic needs to be changed. It needs to be like upgraded, like to either have a bigger like AoE, or to fire off multiple, or I don't know, whatever. It needs something. And Black Widow just needs something to kind of put her in the same position as every other character. I'm gonna say this, but I'm also gonna say there's no character in this game that's flat out bad yet. There may be a character later on that's just terrible. Like if they introduce the Crimson Crusader in this game at any point, he's definitely going to be terrible. But none of the playable characters in the game at the moment are terrible. They all have uses. It's just the uses that Black Widow has, other people can do them better. Up next, this is a personal thing. I know a lot of people are gonna like her, but Kamala. I don't really usually play support characters, and Kamala is just a character that, with the introduction of Clint, she kind of doesn't have much of a role anymore. Yes, her heal can move, but why would you need a movable heal? Her heal moves and revives, but you don't really need it. You don't need to really put anything else into her, just the heal. And she's okay as a support character, but when you actually play as her, she is a nightmare to play as. Or at least for me, personally, I just don't like how she plays. Her assault heroic is terrible, like with the like launch forward. If there was more of like an AoE on that, like if it like launched forward and then spun around a bit, that would be better. Also another character that will probably benefit from the level cap increase, because you'll have more upgrades. And it's just, she's fun, and she has some really cool animations. It's just, when you're actually playing as her, she doesn't really work as well as the characters up higher on in the list. But also I haven't the characters that are lower on the list I haven't built as much as the characters higher, obviously, because the characters higher are my favourite characters. So obviously that's going to be the thing. But anyways, we're going to go into number 6. Number 6 is Kate. I'm sorry, but I just don't like Kate. I like Kate. I like Kate a lot, but she just again with the introduction of Hawkeye does the same things Kate does, but better. He doesn't teleport. She's still got the teleportation, but she doesn't survive for very long. She's not got much like heals. She's got nothing. She has nothing on her base and no upgrades that heal her. And usually the characters that can't heal don't survive that long. So they're a bit of a they end up letting the team down, and the support characters have to focus on them, and the tanks have to protect them. So she does good damage, and she's very fast, but she doesn't survive for very long. You can't take a single hit without, being shit scared. Maybe that might be because I haven't leveled her as much as, someone like Cap or Hulk or Iron Man. But at this point, currently where she is at the moment, she's not surviving for long enough. Right, so number 5, we have Captain America. And the reason why Captain America is at number 5 is I personally love playing as Cap. Personally, I think he's great. But the wide general player base hates him. The wide general player base seems to think that he's like a really boring character to play, which I agree with. It's basically just do enough hits to get the ultimate charged up, and then when the ultimate's charged up, fire that off and then wreck everything. That is the core tenets to playing Cap. If you can master that, you've mastered the character, and you can take him all the way to level or power level 130, and you'll be able to basically smash everything. That being said, it's an incredibly boring play style. He's got no real heal. His heal is on his ultimate, and that just takes him up to full, and it doesn't do anything outside of that. His assault heroic is kind of so. Like, the damage on it isn't great, and then his support heroic, the taunt, sometimes just doesn't work. I don't actually understand what the support heroic does. I think it just gives an attack boost or a defense boost or both. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure on what it does. I thought it taunted everyone, but it doesn't seem to get aggro from other characters to attack Cap. So maybe it's broken. Maybe I just haven't got what that's about. But I'm pretty sure I read that the support heroic on Cap is a taunt, and it feels like just taunts in general just don't work in this game massively. We then have number 4. My number 4 pick is Thor. Funnily enough, Thor is a character that I haven't done much with, but when I have played of him, I've really enjoyed. Like I said, shock damage is amazing, and the ability to do that is amazing. But also, the big thing with Thor is just spam his heavy. Just spam his heavy, and then you've won. you've won the day. His assault heroic isn't great. His support heroic is fine, I guess. And his ultimate heroic is a great animation, but I just wish it did a bit more damage. Like spawning in the Bifrost, that should do so much damage. That should wreck shit, but it doesn't. It's kind of just a bit lackluster. I wish it stayed for a bit longer, or there was something there that stayed. You can get an upgrade where it produces like a field of healing wave, which is what I use, because giving everyone who can have a heal gets a heal. that's how I play the game. But yeah, just it doesn't feel like Thor has anything that really sells the character outside of spam heavy. And mate, if that's all you need, that's all you need. He does have really cool animations though, and he's really fun to play. We're getting into the top 3. These are the characters that I either main or that I am going to main going forward, leading up to Black Panther. Number 3 is Hulk. There's 2 ways that you can play Hulk. You can go raw damage powerhouse that can't take a hit, or unkillable monster. And I think it's obvious which I went for, the unkillable monster. Basically, you can build Hulk in a certain way where he never dies. He's always in a state of healing. He's always got defense up. He's always got attack up as well, and he's always doing damage or healing himself and other people. And that is, and before my number 1 pick came out, he was the best healer in the game. Like, he has arguably a better heal than Kamala, because Kamala's is just everyone heals up for a specific amount of time, but Hulk's like gamma clouds, they stay there for what seems like forever, and that is amazing. It's just this big lumbering oaf is the team healer. That's what I love about Hulk in this game. And if you build him the other way, he can one-shot bosses. He can literally just go in, bam, you're dead, to an Abomination or a Maestro, or I don't know if he can one-shot Maestro actually. I haven't tried. I haven't built Hulk to be like that, so I don't know how overpowered that is. But it's an option. You can do that if you want to take the fun out of the game. Then sure, but there's that option. My number 2 pick, I think it's obvious who my number 1 pick is, but my number 2 pick is Iron Man. Iron Man in this game is amazing. He can fly, which makes some of the bosses a lot easier, and it makes like traversal a lot faster, which I love. And just in combat as well, it doesn't really make a difference, but having that option is great. And just basically what I did is I built pretty much solely into his lasers, and because that's attached to might, I'm doing massive amounts of damage with Iron Man, and his animations are really fun. His support heroic works. His assault heroic is really useful. Yeah, I kind of am sick of the projectile attack going straight forward. I'm kind of sick of those kind of assault heroics. I wish they were more like a radial thing, like how Clint's is like a concentrated rate of fire. Like I'd like that with like some of the other characters, or if Iron Man went into the air and did like the unibeam from the sky. that would be a lot cooler than just the beam in front of him. But as it stands, that does a lot of damage, and like the thing that I have is the beams can reflect off of other enemies, and they can like ping other enemies as well, which really fun to do. So yeah, Iron Man is just really fun. He's a really fun character. His combat feels really good and satisfying, and his damage is amazing. So that means who can get number 1? Well, if you know who the new character was just released, if you've been following my channel for any length of time, then you know my number 1 pick is Clint, which would surprise a lot of people, because at the start of the video I did say I don't like support characters, but my number 1 is a support character, and that's because his heal is the best heal in the game. His just overall damage, his damage at not even level 50 yet and power level 40 is arguably more than what Kamala's doing at level 50, power level 65. He's doing more damage. He's like putting out more hits. He's doing more heals than characters that I've got maxed up, and he's not even level 50 yet. This man is going to be broken when I have him maxed, and I love it. I love to see it, because this is a guy with a bow and arrow. Because he does not deserve to be this good, but he is this good, and I love to see it. I love to see it. He's so fun to play. His animations are so good. The freaking fire tornado arrow, and that's not even his like ultimate heroic. Man, don't even get me started. His ultimate heroic as well is great. It's one of the funniest animations in the entire like game. Just seeing like enemies just hopping about and being juggled in the air by these two fucking arrows. It's amazing. He's an amazing character. Clint was a massive win, and him being so good just has me so excited to see what the other characters can bring, what Black Panther can bring, what Captain Marvel can bring, what Vision, what Scarlet Witch can bring, what Doctor Strange can bring. Because when you have a character that's just the bow and arrow man, and even Kate, when you have characters that are just bow and arrow and a sword, think about what the magic characters, the supernatural characters, the really powerful characters are going to be like. Even like someone like War Machine. If they can have that much of a win with Hawkeye, War Machine's going to be a massive win. I am not worried one bit about the characters that are coming into this game, because all of them have been wins so far. It's just the content has to match the quality of the characters, and that's all I want from this game going forward, is just content, because the characters are there, they're fun to play, but if we have content to play them in, we're going to be playing the game forever, because it's that fun to play this game. But we need the content there. We need like something to run these characters in, which aren't the same old missions. And the roadmap showed exactly what we're going to have, and it's exciting. It's exciting to look towards the future of this game now, because we have something tangible there. So this was just a fun video to kind of go through my like personal rankings. Again, this list is entirely personal. It's subjective. It's my subjective opinion. Obviously, there's a character out there for everyone. If you like if you like tanks, you're probably going to put Hulk or Cap as your number one. If you like DPS, you're probably going to put Kate as your number one. If you're a support player, if you play support, then you might put Kamala as your number one. If you don't like enjoying games, then you're probably going to have Black Widow as your number one. That's a joke. If you like Black Widow, then I respect that wholeheartedly. But yeah, this game, there is truly something for everyone with this game. It's just we need the content. That's all I've got to say. If you enjoyed this video, if you agree with my rankings, and if you disagree with my rankings, put your rankings in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.